seen Renovations. We just finished up phase 3 last week. The guys worked hard to get the roof and the siding on. This week we're going on to phase 4. We're working on the caulk, the painting, the rough-ins, the paneling, and getting the last bit of insulation in. I think I said those backwards.
I think you did.
Okay, so the paint that we use is Sherwin-Williams Super Paint for the exterior paint. It's a latex-based paint. The color on the outside is Urban Bronze. And then when we move to the inside on the wood paneling, we're going to use a latex-based paint, and the color for that one is Anonymous. All right, so we got 12 by 12 overhead roll-up doors. These are a little bit different than your typical garage door. They don't have the tracks that extend out into the opening. They're all freestanding right above the opening there, so they actually roll up at the top and provide clear overhead and clearance to the lofted ceilings there. We get these from Gaffney Overhead Doors. We've also installed electric motors for the doors too, so they'll have a button or a switch on the side there. You push that and they'll automatically roll up and close. So on the inside we're using 1/2-inch wood paneling. It's a little bit more durable than drywall. You won't have to worry about the drywall breaking or cracking if you use any kind of mounting for tools on the walls. This client wants a pegboard installed here, so it's going to be 4 foot tall by 16 foot long. He'll be able to drill into this and store any kind of tools or equipment on his walls. We source this locally from Lowe's. Any normal supplier, Lowe's, Home Depot, Builders First Source is going to have this type of material. Okay, so we got single hung. Let me start over.
Okay.
All right, we got our single hung vinyl windows here. They're low E, 36 by 60 windows. You're able to open these from the top up here. Take the screens out, clean them. We are going to case these windows with 1x4 wood. Put sills and everything on these, trim them out. That'll get painted the same color as the wall. So we had our electrician out here over the weekend. He installed this breaker panel. This is going to have your outlets. These control the outlets. These two here are going to control the overhead roll-up doors, and then this one controls the lights. We'll swing out to the outside there, and I can show you what the disconnect looks like. We have our breaker grounded. This is called a disconnect. So we got our main. This controls the inside box. This is going to control the overhead doors, and this one here is for a future use. For when he runs his well, it's going to control his well pump. So our metal roof that we got from a local vendor, OLH Metal Roof Supply, they screed this stuff from their machines directly, so they have just about any color option you can think of. You give them the measurements, they'll screed it out on their machines. They had all the roof components ready for us within about 6 hours of us placing the order. So local vendor, check them out, they're awesome. The color on the roof is called burnished slate. The color scheme for this entire building was based off of his office that he had just built over here. So everything that we're doing is matching the color scheme to his office. It's got the same color roof. The outside matches, and then the interior color here matches some of the trim accents on his office. Hey guys, we're on the last day of the build. We're just doing final touch-ups on paint. The guys are cleaning the windows, vacuuming out the shop, sweeping everything out, blowing it. We're going around picking up trash and everything, but last day today, so we're just doing final touch-ups on everything to wrap this up. Overall, the project went pretty well. We're at 5.5 weeks right now. It's Wednesday of the 6th week, so we're towards the tail end of projected time frame. You know, we estimated 4 to 6 weeks, and we're on the back end of that now. We ran into some logistical issues with the overhead doors. Painting took a little bit longer than expected, but we're still within that 6-week time frame, so everything went according to plan. What are we doing differently? We wouldn't do anything different. Yeah, there's not much. Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Doing 4 weeks. There's not a whole lot. You know, a lot of this was client specifications. We could have used trusses here, but we chose to use the ridge beam, so we would have lofted ceilings. In case he wanted to work on some equipment in here, he could raise them up or have some kind of levee or a pulley up there to raise motors out. I guess one thing that we would have done differently would be the doors. We got the overhead roll-up doors. They're in white. The client didn't know that they came in white. We should have addressed that with him in the beginning. You can order roll-up doors in a color to match the building. So on the design side and the aesthetics of the building, next time we should probably get with the client to make sure they're okay with the color of the doors standard, and if they want them painted, then we can add that into the bid. My favorite part was probably setting the ridge beams. It was the most challenging part of this build. We had to use a lot of ingenuity and really put our heads together to figure out how we were going to do it. We chose not to bring a crane out here on site, given that, even though these ridge beams were 14 and 22 feet tall on the peak, we used a scissor lift and just manpower to get them up. So because it was challenging, that was my favorite part. So we spent the most amount of time probably on the hardy siding and the board and batten strips. That process took about 2 weeks from the time we set the first smooth panel to the end of setting the last batten strip. There's a lot of precision cutting that goes into setting these batten strips and nailing them in to make sure that the nails are in a pattern and look proper. And then after that, we have to caulk every single batten strip that's on the house to weatherproof everything before paint. So from start to finish, that process took about 2 weeks. If you're a DIYer thinking of building a shop of this size or maybe even smaller, I would probably say that planning is the most important part. Make sure that you spend a good bit of time, at least a week or so, planning from the blueprints, the design of the building, making sure all your logistics are in order, and possibly even getting with a local contractor or someone that has experience in building a shop and just running everything by them. Having a good plan is going to set you up for success, just to make sure that you don't run into any issues down the road or get halfway through your project and realize that something is off or you need to adjust at that time. Thanks for following along on the journey during this shop build. Like and subscribe our YouTube channel if you can. We have a lot of exciting projects in the upcoming fall and into the new year, so stay tuned.
Or like the weather.
Yeah.
I'd rather not build it in August, but
What would you do differently?
not build it in August.